Hey, Shalom, GmsYaibataza. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahushua. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful leg, enduring all afflictions, seeking out your salvation with fear and trembling. Yahushua, Barakatam, Akim. All right, I just want to bring out this SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center report, which all brothers, we already knew about it and made videos regarding this. But here in my city, an Edomite over here in San Angelo, Texas, an Edomite came out today while I was in camp, and he walked past me, went into the library, came back out and stopped and says, the Southern Poverty Law Center has y'all labeled as a hate group, and it'll be on the video when I post them up. I haven't been able to post the videos up, but I got last weekend's and this weekend's videos on the recorder, the camera recorder. But he made a comment about the Southern Poverty Law Center having us labeled as a hate group, and why am I spewing this madness? And I was like, what? I was like, I'm already aware. I was basically telling you, I'm aware of this Southern Poverty Law Center, this law center that has labeled us as Black Hebrew Israelites or Black extremists. And he had made kitchen that y'all are even labeled or listed with the Ku Klux Klan, right? And which is true, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what this report says. But I told him, I was like, that shit don't matter. I was like, I'm speaking according to what the scriptures say. Okay, the scriptures talk about hate. The scriptures talk about love, separation, race, division. So I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, at the end of the day, you're displaying the characteristics of your forefather, a damn Edomite. I was like, you're an Edomite. You're known as in the scripture. He goes, and then when I told him that, he was like, yeah, and that too, you say we're Edomites. I was like, you are an Edomite. I was like, look it up, look into it. I was like, deep down, when I say those words, you're a fucking Edomite. And he just kept saying, he kept mocking while he was crossing the street. But this was the second time I've encountered this Edomite. It's been years. But I guess ever since the last time when I rebuked his ass, he went and did research regarding what I was preaching on the highways and the byways. So he had a little bit of information, right? Which, knowledge puffeth up. So he felt like he was courageous and coming, but he couldn't stand. Why? Because, first and foremost, he knows what I'm saying is true. There's hatred in all. There's hate in all things. All right. You got an unrighteous hatred and you got a righteous hatred. Okay. And what I want to bring out in this report is something now, I went back and read it. And but real quick, I just want to read it right here. It says, the racist Black Hebrew Israelites becoming more militant, right? And that's what you got going on. A lot of these people think that we're like the Ku Klux Klan and all this stuff, and not realizing that this is all spirit. This is all through the spirit of the scriptures, man. The Bible said that these things were going to happen, that we were going to come in the latter days. The apostles were sent out in the latter days, to declare truth. Matter of fact, let me bring that one out. Let's see here. Now, brothers, bear with me. All right, and I just want to pull out a point in here that I read, which just caught my eye. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake, but we are wise in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. You are honorable, but we are despised. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. Okay? So, Yahweh Shai is basically, he told us the things that were going to come in serving him and following him, man. We're going to be hated of all men. The world was going to hate us. The world's going to love their own. You know, the men shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. They're going to love each other, man. You know. But the elect, the men of the Lord are going to be on the contrary side. And they're going to know that perfect balance. These people out here, they don't know the balance. They don't know that there's love and hate. And if they may say, yeah, I know there's love and hate, but they don't have the proper understanding because of the way they go contrary to what the word says. The word explains itself perfectly. It does not contradict itself. It's not contrary to each other. The New Testament, Old Testament, not contrary to each other. They go hand in hand. And the scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. The workmen not needed to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay? These people don't know how to rightly divide the word of truth because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not on them to do that. So in return, what do? They buck up, they talk shit, they spew madness out of their own mouth, condemning and defiling their own selves versus being quiet and shut and listening. Okay? It says, and labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, and being persecuted, we suffer it. So we suffer it through all these years, man. You know, the ones that we bless the brothers, the Akim. Okay, but we suffered going through all this hell that we go through, the defamation that we receive, the derogatory terms that we have to listen to. You know, being labeled as a black extremist or being labeled as militant. You know, we're not no military. This is a spiritual warfare, man. Okay, in today's terms, yeah, that's what they would use and that's what they would describe, but you have to understand the context of what they're using that in. That's not the spirit that we're coming in. We're coming in as harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent, as sheep that were before the face of wolves, man. Okay, and we depend on Yahweh Shai as that shepherd to deliver us from the hand of our enemy. Okay, not our own selves, not our own might, not our own camp. Okay. So the apostles were sent out last, as if we were appointed unto death, meaning that we're gonna be defamed and spoken of as being evil, being equated to all these other groups, and it has pictures here. You know, let's go down. Your brothers can read it, you know, on y'all's own. But right here, you see this particular group. It says the black class security guards and Hebrew Israelite priests stand outside the Baltimore chapter of the Israelite Church of God, and Jesus Christ. You know, IUIC or Israelite Church of God, not IUIC, but it says the black supremacist group is obsessed with security and the evils of white people. Okay, which our security is what? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the angels. It ain't no men. It ain't no brothers. You know, to a certain extent, we depend and fall upon each other, but not like them. You know, they make it obvious as if something suspicious is going on within that building, and they're planning and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're bringing too much attention to themselves. You know? And we don't move in that same spirit. Us brothers, we're just regular guys. When we fellowship as, you know, guys that have known each other, you know, talk and eat dinner, you know, fellowship. We ain't talking about how we're going to take down Esau and all this bullshit. The Bible is already written. It's already written how Esau is going to go down. He's going to go down by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things. Yahweh Shai threatens. He's the one that told you and is telling you by the way of the messengers, the angels on the highways and the byways, how you're going to be destroyed, man. Okay, we don't need no military. We don't need to go into training how to shoot guns and being experts in weapons and martial arts and all this stuff. That because Yahweh Shai is going to endow us with that spiritual power. All right, but this is just a thing. But right here is what it caught my attention. It says the notorious white supremacist leaders Tom Metzger once remarked of extremist Hebrew Israelites, they're the black counterparts of us. The belief system of extremist Hebrew Israelites is basically the reverse color mirror image of Christian identity theology embraced by the many white supremacists, which holds that mainstream Jews are the descendants of Satan and that white people are the chosen ones divinely endowed by God with superior status over mud people, believers terms for the non-belief white Israelite or individuals. You see, so he said that this Tom Metzger was once remarked of extreme Hebrew Israelites, they're the black counterparts of us. So, and not realizing whether he wants to agree with it or not, Esau is our wicked Hebrew brother, which is he's known as the Hebrew Edomites. Okay, which we come from the same womb of our mother, and from the same seed of our forefather Jacob. But the promise didn't go to Esau. Okay, so I just want to bring this out in the book of Genesis chapter 25 and 19. And these are the generations of Isaac and Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padoram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. All right, it says, Salaki, let me get that page again. It says, and Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Okay, so Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gave Rebekah the seed of Isaac to prosper within her womb to bring forth a child. Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Right? Twins. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. Ashashia, which means wasted away is he. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. All right. So this man Tom Metzger said that they're the black counterpart of us. All right, which the difference between Esau and Jacob is that there's different characteristics when you read it. Yes, you know, when it comes to physical traits, in the spirit, there's also a difference. But the promise was made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's sons went from Isaac to Jacob, and Jacob had his 12 sons. It never went to Esau. Okay, as I read down, and they said that the white people basically are the chosen ones, divinely endowed by God with superior status over mud people. When he's talking about mud people, he's talking about you Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, and they talk shit about the Arabs. They talk shit about everybody, right? But that's what these individuals fail to understand. You don't come from Jacob as far as like the promise. Okay, there's the seed that is promised is given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel, which Esau is not found in that. All right. And that's not hatred. That's just truth. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, the Lord is the ultimate separatist, the racist, man. All right. This is Galatians 3:16. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. See, to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He said not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and thy seed, which is Yahushua Mashiach. Okay? Because Yahushua comes out of the promised seed, which is through Judah. So Judah was one of the 12 sons of Jacob. And who is salvation through? Yahushua to who? The Israelites. That's given, man. That's easy to understand. All right? That's not being unrighteously hateful. You know? Esau's understanding is not right in him, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Acts chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. That's right. That's why we obey this word, man. We strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Scriptures say in Revelation 12 that that we love our life. We hated our life unto death. You know, for what? For this truth. You know, verse 30. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom he slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath Yahweh exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. What's so hateful about that? That's just the way it is. You know? It's just that these people go out, they observe too much of the outer appearance versus the message. The message is there, it's clear. You know? This is Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. The life is Jacob, and death is Esau. Okay? So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. You see? So that physical, that counterpart, well, speaking about us, the brothers that are spiritual, not no militant black extremists, black Hebrew Israelites. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the brothers that are primarily, you know, with GMS and other brothers that follow the doctrine, the true spirit, the doctrine of Yahweh Shai. We don't follow after these individuals. Okay? We're spiritual men, and that's how we combat against the things that are come out, such as this nonsense right here. We don't care if Esau labels us with this bullshit. Like if that's supposed to deem him being right. You people are simple to follow after that. Y'all should know how, ask the Lord to give you the ability on how to distinguish and discern and differentiate between who is good and who is not. Who's speaking truth and who's not speaking truth. Just like that Edomite come out, I was like, what, man, hold your horses, man. What makes you think because that's on there that is true? Just because it's on a website on the internet and because some fucking organization has deemed us this doesn't mean that they're right. Anybody can put you up in a wrong light. You know what I'm saying? Like put you and label you as an enemy or enemy of the state, and you know all this stuff, like bearing false witness. Anybody can do that, but it's only the simple that follow after that. The simple take heed to false lips. You know, the wicked, man. You know, but we have no affiliation with these other camps, man. All right, we don't speak the same doctrine. The apostles, when they were with Yahushua, you had all these different other zealots and all this doing their own thing. They believed in the Most High. They believed in Abraham, the God of Abraham, and all this stuff, right? But Yahweh Shai, with his spirit, they were never with them. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, were never with them. Those other groups. Just like you got today. The Most High is only dealing with one group. Yahweh Shai didn't deal with kickback with all the Pharisees and accept their doctrines. He rebuked them and corrected them in their doctrine. And he only went his way with the ones that were his. Just like in our time. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, the creator of all things, is only dealing with one group. He ain't dealing with all groups. He's dealing with whether the brothers have that label or that title GMS, but they speak the same doctrine. That's that part of that group. Okay, not every Hebrew Israelite group has the same doctrine. Doesn't mean that we're all together. We don't agree with each other. It's obvious. It's not hard. But Esau, he'll put all of us together in one group, and then people that will read it, they'll do the same thing. Not realizing, well, there's got to be some type of difference between these groups. You know, just because brothers come off rough or come out hard doesn't mean that they're militant. That's stupid. That's stupidity to think that. You know. But I just wanted to bring this out real quick, and like I said, he came out bringing up that bullshit, and you know, he scurried away like a damn weak ass snake, damn demon that he is. And then, you know, ultimately I decided to rebuke him, tell him what he was again, all over, remind him, and send him on his way, man. You know, but hey, this is the truth, man, and we have no part with these black extremists, these black Hebrew Israelite groups. You know, we have no affiliation with them. You know, they ain't coming in the right spirit of Yahweh Shai. You know, they're pushing different agendas, different a different spirit. We're not part of that. You know, it's obvious. So I hope it was edifying to you brothers out there. You know, brothers can check it out for yourselves. You know, we already know about Esau's, you know, blacklist and all those different you guys, everybody certain color-coded list of who's a threat and a non-threat to his new world order. You know, so going all the way back to 9/11, the Patriot Act, he deemed everybody basically